If you've ever panic bought gifts for a man around the Christmas time and just hope for the best, then this video is for you. Today, I'm sharing 15 gift ideas for any man that he won't secretly hate, and they all cost less than £100. These are all practical, ready-to-use gift ideas that I use personally in my daily life and would actually be very, very happy to receive as a gift for myself. I'm going to be doing this in no particular order today because that's just how I am, not organised, and I'm not planning. So I'll make sure that there is some chapters down below so you can skip back and forwards between products. If there's something that you're not as interested in, go and find something that you are interested in. Everything will also be linked down below for you to go and purchase, and there will be some discount codes down there so you can save yourself a little bit of money this Christmas time because it gets expensive. And make sure you do stick around and watch this video because we are doing a little Christmas giveaway, giving away 2 sling bags to 2 of you lucky people. So you might not even have to actually spend any money for this Christmas present. You might be lucky enough to win one. So let's just get straight into it. And the first product that we're talking about today is a utility knife from my friends over at Silver Fox Tools. This is the Stan, an ultra minimal titanium and beautifully finished utility knife that fits in basically every setting. You could have this on your desk and keep it there as just like a box opener or a letter opener, or stick this in your pocket with the sheath that comes with it and use it in an everyday setting as a tradesman for any kind of utility blade tasks that you might have. It's really, really easy to use. You can see that titanium plate in the middle. To open this knife, you simply just push that plate forwards, and then with magnets, it will lock into place. To close it, you then push that brass button in, slide it back, and the knife is closed and safe to put away back into your pocket or back onto your desk, wherever you're keeping it. When the blade eventually dulls, it's also really easy to change that out as well. You do the same thing as you do to open it, only you push the button in and then slide it forwards an extra couple of mil. That whole titanium plate in the middle will come out, swap your blade over, put it back in, slide it backwards, and you are good to go with a fresh blade. This is a seriously great little tool for the price, looks and feels very premium, and where it is such a minimal design, I can't see any man disliking it. For the knife alone, you're paying £60, and then for the option with the leather sheath with the clip on it so you can keep it in your pocket, that is going for £85. Whilst I've got the guys over at Silver Fox Tools on the mind, the next product on today's list is their Mule Wallet. This is a modular EDC wallet done right. It's handmade here in the UK using full grain leather, and using their riveting system that comes with the wallet, you can reconfigure the inside of it to fit your EDC exactly as you need it to. I have done a full video on this product, so I will leave it up here for you to go and have a more in-depth look if it's something you're into. But it's a great solution to everyday carry and basically means you can condense your whole carry into one pocket and one product. So I can't recommend it enough. It's around the £55 mark and it's absolutely fantastic. Next on the list, we have a torch or flashlight that is perfect for the outdoorsman in your life. This is the Loop Gear SK05. I have a couple of these flashlights and I make sure to keep one in my van and one in my backpack at all times for when I'm outdoors camping or backpacking or just doing anything that requires a very powerful torch. The versions that I have are the Pro versions, so they are more expensive, sitting around the £150 mark, I think. But the non-Pro version, which is the version we're going to be talking about and recommending today, sits at around the £99 mark. So it is a premium flashlight, but it's well worth every penny. We've got an output on this torch of nearly 3,000 lumens, so you can light up an entire field if you need to. IP68 waterproof, so like I said, perfect for the outdoorsman. If you're outside and you get wet, you ain't got to worry about this torch breaking down on you. And it doubles up as a power bank with a 6,000 milliamp capacity, which means that you will easily be able to recharge your phone if you need to. There's plenty of different modes on this flashlight. There's a floodlight mode, a spotlight mode, and then there's a little LED panel on the front which you can use for like a red light. And it's got a few little gimmicky modes in there as well if that's something that someone's into. But this thing is built like a tank. It's got a magnetic tail cap, and genuinely, for the money, it's absolutely fantastic. Next up, I want to talk about Holman Hadfield. If you haven't heard about these guys before, they essentially make the best, most pretty watch and knife storage boxes that are on the market that I've come across anyway. I've got a fair few of these. I have one everywhere. I've got one on this shelf behind me now, storing some knives. I've got a couple at home that have got watches and more stuff in. These are all products that genuinely look and feel way more expensive than what they actually are. I'm going to leave a general link to their website down below so you can look through their entire stock range and decide what might be best for the man that you're buying for. But you can buy things that will store 2 watches, 4 watches, a whole armory of watches. Same with knives. You can get a couple that you can change the little posts out and store a couple of watches, couple of knives. They've got drawers in them to be able to dump the rest of your EDC gear. And they just are a really, really nice way to keep your gear stored and secure and know where it is, whilst keeping everything looking very aesthetically pleasing. And I just can't speak highly enough about these guys. So go and check them out. And I think any man that collects knives or watches would be very happy to receive one. Next up, we're talking about a sling bag or a EDC pouch. These things are infinitely useful for carrying and storing your EDC gear. The one we're talking about is the TomTok crossbody sling bag. This has been my personal sling bag carry for the last couple of months now, and I'm absolutely loving it. It's made out of an X-Pac material. If you don't know about X-Pac, then it's a very, very durable material, water resistant. It's got waterproof zippers on it. So if you are like me in the UK and you are carrying this around on your body daily in the rain, the gear that you've got stored inside it is going to stay protected. It's got a 1.3 litre storage capacity, so you can cram this full with plenty of stuff if you need to. And it's got plenty of different storage options around the bag to be able to store those things in. You've got a little pocket at the top at the front, which is a perfect place for AirPods and a lighter. A smaller zip pocket at the front, which is the perfect place to keep something like a notebook or your wallet or a passport. And then inside the main compartment, there's a few extra little pockets and elastic parts to be able to keep your gear secure, keep it all organized so you know exactly where everything is at all times. It's RFID blocking if that's something that your man cares about. And like I said at the beginning of this video, we are doing a giveaway today, and I'm partnering with TomTok to give away 2 of these slings to 2 of you guys. To enter this competition, all you have to do is make sure you are subscribed to this channel, like this video, and then leave a comment down below with what your favourite Christmas present is that you've ever received. I'll be announcing the winner to this competition in my next video, which I plan on releasing a week to the day of releasing this video. So get your entries in, make sure you stick around and watch the next video to find out if you are one of the lucky winners. These are going for around the £53 to £55 mark, so it's a really good mid-range sort of product to buy for someone that's like me and just has too many gadgets. The Olight iMini 2 is probably the best stocking stuffer present you could be getting for anyone this year and last year and probably next year as well. This thing is absolutely fantastic and I cannot hype it up enough. As you can see by the state of my one, this thing has been used. It's got one setting on it and that is 50 lumens. To turn it on, you literally just pop it out of its little magnetic case that it's in and the torch will turn on. To turn it off, pop it back in and it will turn off. It's as simple as that. 50 lumens doesn't sound like much, but as a keychain torch, to literally just find something in the dark in a pinch or find your way from your car to your front door when you get out at night, you don't need anything more than that. It's USB recharging, but you don't have to plug this in with a cable. It has a USB-A adapter built into the case. So all you do is just plug this into a USB port and the torch will charge up in about an hour. And then literally you've got enough power to last you ages. I've only charged this up about 4 times since I had it and I use it every single day. These are going generally for around the £20 mark. Currently on Amazon, they're going for around £13. And I've actually bought one for every member of my family for Christmas this year because I think they're that good. Even my mum is getting one. A decent multi-tool is something I think should be in every single man's arsenal. They are so useful for pretty much anything. And if you don't want to be going and spending £150 plus on a Leatherman for someone, then Nextool have you covered. This is the Nextool Captain and it's essentially a Leatherman Surge but £100 cheaper. There's a huge range of tools on this. You've got a full-size set of spring-loaded pliers with wire cutters in them, a locking knife, so not legal for general everyday carry here in the UK without a good reason, but other countries you can carry this anywhere. You've got a file, a saw, scissors that are very usable and a very, very good size. And then on the inside, you've got stuff like a bit driver, a bottle opener, an awl, a flathead screwdriver, a scraper, your standard tools that you're going to be using for most daily tasks. These go for £55, and I think they are genuinely one of the best budget multi-tools you can get. You can't really go wrong buying someone an insulated flask as a gift. If they're a fan of coffee, sweet, it will keep their coffee warm for hours. If they don't like coffee and they like iced drinks, it will keep their drink nice and cold for hours. There's literally nothing to complain about. And the one company that I can recommend more than any is Yeti. And more specifically, the Yeti Rambler line. I have a fair few flasks in the Rambler series from Yeti. I'm a fiend for them, and I absolutely love them. I use them daily. There is many different models to choose from, so I'm not going to recommend a specific one. But the one thing that I will say to look out for while you're choosing a specific one for the man in your life is looking at the different options for the lid. Some of them just have a standard lid on them, say like a Starbucks cup where you can just drink through like a little slit. And then others, which are my personal favourite ones, you can basically drink out of it from any angle at all, which is really helpful because say you're driving, you don't want to have to look down and distract yourself to be like, oh shit, where's the actual bit that I can drink out of? And then you've crashed into a big truck. With the ones where you can drink out of it from any angle, you can literally pick the cup up, tip it, no matter what angle you're at, and you will be able to have a drink. So what I'd recommend doing is going and checking out the whole Yeti Rambler range. They generally start from around the £20 price mark and then go up from there. So you have options in there from a very budget perspective all the way up to something a bit more premium. But no matter what you get from Yeti, you know that it's going to be built to last. They're very tough and they keep your drinks hot and cold for hours. Keeping with the theme of drinks, if you do have a coffee lover in your life, then there's not much more that they can want than an AeroPress. It took me quite a long time to actually bite the bullet and buy an AeroPress because I was like, I don't need one. I can just use other coffee making mechanisms. But after I'd bought one and carry it around everywhere with me when I'm camping or hiking, I can just stick this in my bag and make coffee anywhere. It has changed my life. They're so simple to use. The coffee that you can get from them tastes absolutely fantastic as long as you've got good beans. Don't be going and getting this thinking you're good with coffee and using shit beans because that's not what anyone wants. Get good beans, get good coffee making things, and actually drink a decent coffee. But honestly, if the man in your life is a coffee lover, these are one of the best gifts you can get them for under £100. There's so many different options to choose from, anything from literally just the AeroPress on its own to some that come with tons and tons of different gadgets, all for under £100, and they all punch way above their price. If you have a watch lover in your life, I can't imagine you're going to be going out and buying them a really nice watch for Christmas because they get expensive. But what you can do is buy them an automatic watch winder. This is a automatic watch winder from Duckwin. Duckwin did send this out to me a few months ago for me to test and review for the channel, and I've been using it to keep my automatic watches wound up, keeping time for me ever since it arrived. Not only does it actually serve a really practical purpose where you can stick your automatic watch in it and it does automatically move it around in different ways to keep all the mechanisms turning inside and keep the watch running, but alongside that, it actually also looks great. It's got a really nice leather wrap on it, so it does look very premium. And then on the front of it, where the watch goes, you've got a really nice clear glass screen. So you can keep this on a shelf, put your watch in it, and it looks really good as like a decoration piece, as well as actually being a very practical piece of equipment. These generally are going for around the £99 price mark, so more towards that premium end of the budget. But for the money, they are fantastic. And at the moment, as of the time filming this video, they have some sales on and they can go for as little as £47. Next up, a cheap and cheerful little problem solver that is perfect as a stocking stuffer, and that is the butane insert for a Zippo lighter. These inserts are great because they're literally exactly the same size and shape as the standard Zippo insert, only you don't have to worry about that whole horrible refueling and drying up dilemma that always happens with Zippo lighters. This, when you filled it up with gas, as long as there's gas in it, it's not going to dry up and it will work. They're also really great as well because it makes them a little bit more weatherproof, where it is more of like a jet fuel lighter, so the flame is a lot more powerful and a lot more wind resistant. And for the price of just £15, you really cannot go wrong with this. You can even get this for someone that doesn't have a Zippo because it can be used outside of a Zippo just as the same as like a normal lighter would. So it's double useful, double great, and double cheap. A little bit of tech for you now, which is something I don't really talk about very often on this channel, but I bought this a couple of months ago and I genuinely have used it every day since. This is the Ugreen MagSafe charger, and it's literally the perfect charger for anything that you need if you have Apple products. So out of the box, it comes like this little compact little cube. It's really great because you can actually split it in two, lift the top up, and then angle that top part so you can have your phone facing you while it's attached to it at any different angle to be able to watch videos or be able to see a calendar or you name it, whatever you need to use your phone for. Underneath where that top bit lifts up, you can see this little cutout section, which is where you can wirelessly charge a pair of AirPods. I've tried it with different headphones as well, and as long as they do fit here and they support wireless charging, you'll be able to charge those as well. It's powered by USB-C, which is great, which means that you've got fairly high charging output. And then on the right-hand side of the base, you can see that there's also a little USB-C output port, which means that you can then plug another USB-C cable into this and charge something else while you're at it. And another reason that this is really, really great is because where it does fold up into this really nice compact little package, it means that it's perfect for travel. I'm going to Iceland next week, and this is the only charger I'm taking with me for my phone because it just means that I have less cables to worry about. These go for around the £30 mark, and I genuinely cannot recommend it enough. Next, we have one of those cheaper tools that probably a lot of men would overlook at a first glance, but genuinely, after they've used it, they will realise how helpful it is, and that is the Toolan 8-in-1 saw. So out of the box, this comes with a secondary little plastic container that stores, I think, 7 blades aside from the one that is already inside the saw. You have stuff for plastic, for wood, for metal, you name it. Whatever you need to saw, you can do with this saw. Obviously, it's not going to be something you're going to want to use for really heavy-duty, high-end tasks, but as something to keep in like an everyday toolkit or to keep in your car or in your van for camping or bushcraft or hiking, to be able to cut branches and process wood, you're not going to need much more than this. The only downside I will say there is to this is the fact that there's not a cover for the blade, but as long as the person you're buying this for is sensible and keeps it stored safely, they're not going to have a trouble with that at all. These are going for £18 on Amazon, and genuinely for 18 quid, if any man complained about receiving this, give him a smack. 2 more products to go, guys. We've nearly made it to the end, and the next product is a bit of a mashup between a utility blade and a multi-tool, which is both things that we've covered in this video already, obviously, but the fact that it's both of those things in such a small package and something that I have hyped up a lot in the past and the whole EDC community hypes up a lot means that it had to be in this video, and that is the Big Idea Design TPT slide. In this tiny little titanium tool, I believe there's 10 different tools. So obviously you have the extendable utility blade, which is good for being a box opener and any other little utility blade tasks that you need. Easily swappable, not going to go through the process. I have made a video on this tool in the past, so I'll link it up here to get a more in-depth review. These go for around the £83 mark, so getting up there towards that budget, but still under £100. And if you use my code at checkout from Big Idea Design, you'll get a further 10% off your order, which makes it even cheaper. And then finally, on to the last product I'm recommending for this gift guide. If a man has a knife, any knife, then a sharpener is a very necessary thing to have. If he's not into putting a crazy edge onto his knife, then the only thing that he needs to be able to just touch his blades up and bring them back to being a working edge is the Worksharp Guided Field Sharpener. These are brilliant. Genuinely, I've got a few. I keep them in different places all the time, so I know that I've got one with me all the time for if my knife edge dulls and I need to quickly just put a new edge on it, or even just strop the edge to just get rid of any little fine things that have made their way into the blade. What you got on here is 2 sharpening stones, a coarse one and a finer one. Then you also have a ceramic stone, which means that you can hone that edge in even better. There's an option on there for your fine ceramic. There is a more coarse ceramic, and there's even an option to be able to sharpen fish hooks, which is ridiculous. Extra multi-purpose. On the back, you've got a leather strop to be able to strop the edge, like I said, and you can see on both sides of this where you have your sharpening stones, there is a guide with a 20-inch angle for your blade, so you know that you're not getting an uneven edge on either side of this knife while you are sharpening. It's literally a foolproof product. Anyone could use this, even if they're not experienced in sharpening knives. It's that simple to use. I cannot recommend it highly enough. And for the price of literally like 25 to 30 quid, buy him 2 or 3 of them. £75. And he's going to have 3 of these that he can keep in different places and know that he can always keep his knives sharp and usable. And that does it. That brings us to the end of my 2025 gift guide. I'm sure there's got to have been at least one thing in here that you can take away and be like, right, that is a gift that I'm getting for my dad or my husband or my brother or my mate this year. But if not, what I want you guys to do is go down to the comments and leave a comment of any other little ideas you might have that you think would be a very, very great gift for a man this Christmas. And then, say, for example, someone didn't see something in this video they want. If there's a load more ideas in the comments, you've just helped people. And then you can just take over my channel because I obviously don't know what I'm talking about. But don't forget to enter the competition to win one of those Tom Tok slings. Again, if you've forgotten how to enter, subscribe to this channel, like this video, and leave a comment down below telling me what your favourite Christmas gift is that you've ever received. I will be announcing the winner in next week's video, so make sure you stick around for that. And until then, get that Christmas shopping done. Don't stress yourself out too much. Enjoy some food and beer, and I'll see you next time. See you later.